Good evening and welcome to today's top stories with MyNewsNE. I'm Pinaki and now let's look at the headlines before we start the bulletin. Assam doctors stage protest at government hospital in Hailakandi. ATA threatens to launch non-cooperation movement over unmet demands. Two Nagaland villages adopt resolution not to indulge in bribery in charge for votes. Over 200 Myanmarese refugees sheltering in Mizoram after recent airstrikes. ECI6 report on political violence in Tripura. In Meghalaya, BJP will take over NPP soon, says Congress. Sikkim's former SDF leader Ganesh Rai to form a political party. Now the news in details. The medical service at the government hospital were suspended for an hour as the doctors staged a protest today after one of these doctors had an altercations with a patient's family 3 days ago. While protesting at SK Rai Hospital, the doctors demanded safety and security from such patients' families in the future and also sought legal action against the person who got into an altercation with the doctors. A few days ago, a doctor allegedly had left his hospital duty and was conducting a private practice at the private chamber when the family of the patient came to the hospital. Following this, the patient allegedly did not get a doctor who can see him. And as per reports, despite this, the doctor continued to run a private practice without looking around and eventually miffed over the doctor's action. The public called the doctor from the chamber and asked him to see the patient who had come to the SK Rai Hospital. Later, the doctor had an argument with the patient's relatives who allegedly misbehaved with them.
মই ইয়াতে তেতিয়া এজনী পেডিয়াট্ৰিচিয়ান ডক্টৰ হয় মোৰ সিনিয়ৰ ডক্টৰ যেনেকুৱা মোক সুপাৰিনটেণ্ডেণ্ট ছাৰে ৰোষ্টাৰৰ ডিউটি দিছে মই তেনেকুৱা কৰিছোঁ সেইদিনা আছিল এটা হলিডে কাৰণে মই ৰাতিপুৱা আহি গোটেইখিনি পেচেণ্ট চাই মোৰ আণ্ডাৰত পেডিয়াট্ৰিক্স ৱাৰ্ড আছে এছএনচিও আছে এনআৰচি আছে চব বস্তু মই ৰাউণ্ড দি ভালকৈ তেতিয়া মই ঘৰত গৈছোঁ আৰু তেতিয়া পেচেণ্ট তেতিয়া তাৰ 33 মান আছিলে এছএনচিত আৰু আমাৰ ৱাৰ্ডত প্ৰায় 20 মান পেচেণ্ট আছিলে এনেকুৱা পেচেণ্ট আছে এনআৰচিত আকৌ 3টা বাচ্চা আছে তাৰপিছতে মই গোটেইখিনি চাই মেলি মই ঘৰত গৈছোঁ আৰু মই ইয়াৰ আগদিনা মই মোৰ সুপাৰিনটেণ্ডেণ্ট ছাৰক ফোন কৰিও কৈছোঁ যে মোৰ গা বেয়া আছে মই অকলে কি কৰিম ছাৰে কৈছে তুমি কিনি ইমান ৰাউণ্ডখনি দিয়া বাকীখিনি যিমান তুমি অকলে কৰিব পাৰা কৰা মই সেইটো মেনেজ কৰি চলি আছোঁ আৰু মই বহুত আজি 3-4 বছৰৰ পৰা ইয়াত আছোঁ
আমি দেখিছিলোঁ যে 8টা বজাৰ পৰা 2টা লৈকে আপোনাৰ ডিউটি আছে
সেইটো কথাটো হ'ল এইটো ৰোষ্টাৰৰ সেইদিনাৰ কথা নহয় সেইদিনা কিন্তু ডক্টৰ 16 তাৰিখত অনলি ডক্টৰ শামছুল হুদাৰ নাম আছিলে ফ্ৰম 8 টু নেক্সট ডে 8 তাৰ মানে 24 ঘণ্টা কাৰণ এজনী ডক্টৰ ইয়াত পেডিয়াট্ৰিচিয়ান সেইকাৰণে পেডিয়াট্ৰিক্সৰ মানে অপিডি বুলি বা ইমাৰ্জেঞ্চি আহিলে ইমাৰ্জেঞ্চি ডক্টৰে চায় আৰু যিটো পেডিয়াট্ৰিক্স কনচাল্টেশ্যন লাগে সেইটো আমি ৰাতিপুৱা আবেলি চাই থাকোঁ আৰু যিটো আপোনাৰ মানে এছএনচি হয় সেইটোৰ আমাক কল কৰি ইয়াতে ইমাৰ্জেঞ্চি ডক্টৰে চায় সিহঁতে সেইটো বুজাটো ভুল হৈছে সিহঁতৰ ইমাৰ্জেঞ্চি যেতিয়া বাচ্চা আহিব ইমাৰ্জেঞ্চি ডক্টৰে দেখি সেইটো ষ্টেবল কৰিব লাগিলে সি ৰেফাৰ কৰিব আৰু পেডিয়াট্ৰিক কনসালটেশন যেতে লাগিব কনসালটেশন আমাৰ ৰাতিপুৱা এবাৰ ৰাউন্ড হয় আবেলি এবাৰ ৰাউন্ড হয় সেই কনসালটেশন আমি যে বাচ্চা তাত থাকিব হেতু কনসালটেশন কাৰণে লং ৰান যাত্ৰা ট্ৰিটমেন্ট লাগে হেতু আমি কৰি থাকো আৰু ICU যেটো আছে ICU যদি কেতিয়াবা আমাৰ ইমাৰ্জেন্সি আহিব লগা হয় তুমি আহো আৰু ডাঙৰ বাচ্চা যেটো 1 মান্থৰ ওপৰত যিগুলো বাচ্চা আছে ইবিলাক বাচ্চা আমাৰ ইমাৰ্জেন্সি ডক্টৰে মেনেজ কৰে আমি ৰাতিপুৱা আৰু আবেলি এটা ৰাউণ্ড দিও আৰু পেশেন্ট মেনেজ কৰো মোৰ মতে মোৰটো ভুল হোৱাই নাই
না তেওঁলোকৰ যদি ভুল হৈছে
তেওঁলোকতো মোৰ মতেতো সিহঁতে যে এইটো ভাইৰেল কৰিছে ভিডিঅ'টো একো জনাকে কৰা নাই সিহঁতে একো বুজি কেনেকুৱা যে কৰিছে মই গম পোৱা নাই মানে সিহঁতে এইটো সত্য কিংবা মিথ্যা এইবিলাক যাচাই কৰা নাই সিহঁতে আমাৰ অথৰিটিৰ লগত কোনো ডিছকাশ্যন কৰা নাই সিহঁতে মোক মানে ডিফেম কৰাৰ কাৰণে কৰিছে সিহঁতে কিবা ৰাজনৈতিক স্বাৰ্থৰ কাৰণে কৰিছে সেইটো মই ক'ব নোৱাৰোঁ সিহঁতে তাৰপিছত মোৰ মানে ফোনো আহিছে মোক মানুহ পঠাই কিবা কিবি আকৌ ডিমাণ্ডো কৰিছে এইবিলাক মানে বস্তু মই চানি সেইকাৰণে মই মোৰ অথৰিটিক জনাইছোঁ এইটো কথা যে কি কাৰণে সিহঁতে মোক কৰি আছে মই সেইটো নাজানো মোৰ ডিউটিত মই যিমান জানো যে মোৰ অথৰিটি যিমান আছে বা মোৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট আছে মোৰ ওপৰত তেনেকুৱা কোনো কমপ্লেইন নাই মইতো সদায় মোৰ
88 threatened a launch to non-cooperation movement during the ongoing Central Board of Secondary Education examination if the government fails to address its demands. In an official statement, the Teachers Association has demanded the state government to completely bifurcate the elementary directorate and the secondary directorate down to the block level. The association further said that it submitted a memorandum to the Chief Minister urging the state government to modify the existing recruitment rules for all categories of employees working under the two directorates. As per the statement, further demanded that no appointment should be done in the post of District Adult Education Officer, Assistant Project Officer and Block Education Officer. The association also urged the government to review the ISSE bylaw and the post of Deputy State Project Director or State Project Director and added the post should be inducted from the parent department. Arunachal Teachers Association also sought enhancement of earned leave from 10 days to 20 days and immediate renovation and construction of all dilapidated school infrastructure and teachers' quarters. The association further expressed anguish over the lack of response from the government and claimed that despite repeated demands, the government has failed to address our issues. In a move that would promote free and fair polls, two villages in Nagaland, 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 village under Newland district and Thizama village under Kohima district have passed a resolution not to indulge in bribery in exchange for votes in the coming state assembly elections. The assembly elections are slated to be held on February 27, and the Election Commission of India had earlier announced the resolution passed by 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 village during its press conference held in the state capital. V. Shashank Shekhar said that the state of Nagaland is all set and prepared to conduct a free and fair election. He said that they have sanitized district machinery and enforcement by doing rounds of training and video conferencing. He also informed that a total of 305 Central Reserve Police Force will arrive in the state for smooth functioning during the election, out of which 75 CRPF companies have already arrived in advance. While stating that his team is all prepared, he hopes that the people will conduct a free and fair election in the spirit of true democracy where there will be no violence. A total of 251 Myanmarese refugees have sought shelter in the Champai district of Mizoram following the recent airstrikes by the neighboring country's armed forces on an insurgent camp. Champai Deputy Commissioner James Lerling Chana reported that 251 Myanmar nationals have entered India and sought refuge in 3 Champai villages since the airstrikes on the headquarters of the Chin National Army. On January 10 and 11, the military force of Myanmar launched 2 aerial attacks against Camp Victoria, the Can's military headquarters close to the India-Myanmar border. On January 10, the first attack reportedly resulted in the deaths of 5 Can cadets, 2 of whom were female, while the second attack did not produce any casualties. A report that were provided by the Champai DC to the State Home Department stated that one of the bombs or its shrapnel hit the Tiao River, which marks the border between India and Myanmar. Locals and some organizations also claimed that bombs fell on Indian territory. Since the aerial attack, 231 people, according to the DC, have sought shelter in Farkaun village. As of January 18 and 17, Myanmaris were reported in Samthang village and 3 in Tekti village in Champai district. He stated that there are currently 1,453 Myanmar nationals sheltering in Farkaun, 220 in Tekti and 24 in Samthang. More than 30,400 Myanmar nationals are currently seeking shelter in various parts of the state, according to the State Home Department. And it stated that the government has established 160 relief camps in 8 of the 11 districts. The majority of Myanmaris hail from Chin state, where they share ethnic ties with Mizos. Since the military junta took control of the neighboring nation in February 2021, they have sought safety in the northeastern state. The Election Commission of India has sought a report from the Director General of Police on the recent political clash that broke out in Tripura hours after the dates for the assembly elections were announced on Wednesday. The ECI has asked the State Chief Electoral Officer to get a report from the DGP about the incident, and this has to be submitted by 3 p.m. today. Election Commission of India has ordered an inquiry into the incident of political violence in Jirania subdivision of West Tripura district, reported yesterday. The Election Commission of India has asked the Chief Electoral Officer Tripura to obtain a report from DGP Tripura through the Chief Secretary Tripura and submit it by 3 p.m. today. And the Tripura CEO said in a series of tweets, as per reports, the Congress alleged that 15 party workers and functionaries were injured after a group of BJP-backed goons attacked them during a bike rally in Tripura's Majlishpur constituency in West Tripura district on January 18. Following the incident, 3 FIRs were lodged with the police and 8 accused were arrested. All India Congress Committee Media Coordinator Bobita Sharma said that Bharatiya Janata Party will swallow NPP soon. Sharma, along with Matthew Anthony, while speaking to media persons, said that the Saffron Party penetrated Assam by riding piggyback on the Assam Gana Parishad and almost swallowing it later. The National People's Party will have a similar fate, both the leader added. Besides this, Congress also questioned BJP's silence on the corruption in the MDA government and slammed it for working against minorities. Anthony further alleged that BJP does not respect religionism and the regional constituents of the MDA have fallen in line with the BJP out of fear and not love. If you refuse to fall in the line with them, then the CID and ED will be knocking at your doors the next day, and this is why the regional parties will threaten, he added. On the other hand, Sharma asserted that BJP state president Ernest Maury had called the MDA corrupt but did not show artness in following up on the graft charges. And she added the BJP did not carry out any investigation apart from talking about corruption. But Anthony and Sharma opined that Meghalaya needs young policymakers, and because of this, the party is fielding young and fresh faces. Meanwhile, Ernest Maury has claimed that the Saffron Party is all set to contest the upcoming state election and is likely to file candidates in all 60 states. However, as per the state president, the possibility of winning the seats is very marginal and is said to win only 10 to 15 seats. These 10 to 15 seats are project seats and the winning possibility is high in these seats, said Maury while speaking to reporters in the city yesterday. Maury further said that the party expects to win more seats, but they have to be in line with the in-house survey conducted by the party, in which the winning possibility does not favor the party in winning more than 10 to 15 seats. Notably, the ECI has declared February 27 as the date of the poll and March 2 for counting. The notification for the elections will be issued on January 31st. The chief of reform called Ganesh Rai, addressing a press conference at Gangtok today, said that they are to announce formation of a new party on Republic Day 2023. We are going to announce a new political party in Sikkim on January 26, Rai said, addressing the pressures. The reform call president has announced his resignation from SDF party during the early winters of last year and had hinted at formation of a new party in the end of the same year. Rai had been hinting at the formation of the new party, however, obscuring the answer to the question of when and with whom. His political movement and activities candidly showcased his zeal in the formation of a new party, but at the same time, the obfuscation in his answers to the same question is pressures and interviews never helped the cause. Veiling the exact dates and timeliness to people, media person, politicians and activists from all walks of the society were monitoring his movements. A total of 999 leaders will gather on January 26 and form a new political party, Rai declared, finally setting the day. January 26 will also mark the end of our Sikkim Sudhar Sankalp Yatra, he added. So viewers, that's all for the day. We will be back tomorrow. Till then, keep watching My News Northeast.